Runnymede, Bloor West Village! On one street, it feels like you're in the heart of downtown. In the next, a postcard perfect slice of suburban living. It's a neighborhood with business in front, party in the back. But is it actually a good place to live? Let's find out. Well, what makes a good neighborhood anyway? Sure, everyone has their own priorities, but for real people living real lives, it boils down to a few universal truths. How long is my commute to work? Can I walk to get groceries or a decent cup of coffee? Are there any good schools or safe parks for my kids to run around in? These are the questions people ask when they're looking for a place to live. And no matter who you are, every home search begins with the holy trinity of real estate. Location, location, location. Runnymede Bloor West Village is nestled in Toronto's West Side, aka Best Side. Stretching north of Bloor Street between Jane and Runnymede Road, this neighborhood offers a little something for everybody. Down on Bloor, it's all energy. Cozy cafes, independent shops, and restaurants give the area like a charming village feel. But wander north and the pace changes. Tree-lined streets, quiet corners, and a calmness that makes the city noise feel like a distant memory. Add in the sprawling green spaces of High Park and the scenic Humber River trails. 2 subway stations that keep you connected with the city. You've got yourself a neighborhood that checks all the boxes. Okay, so the location looks pretty good on paper, but what about actually getting from point A to point B? If you work downtown or crave a night out in the city, your commute can make or break your day. So I'm putting it to the test. Morning commute, real conditions. Let's find out how long it really takes. Everybody knows Toronto traffic can be a nightmare, and that's why access to the TTC is a total game changer. From Runnymede to downtown takes you about 37 minutes by TTC, 39 by bike, and 41 by car. And then parking is its own nightmare all unto itself. The bottom line is this neighborhood offers a whole bunch of options to get where you need to go without wasting hours of your life in the commute. And that's a huge win for people trying to balance work and life in the city. You can't truly understand a neighborhood by staring at a map or scrolling through listings. The vibe, the energy, the tiny little details, they only reveal themselves when you're out there walking the streets. So this is kind of like your front row seat. Let's hit the pavement and see what Runnymede Bloor West is really about. Let's start where the neighborhood comes alive. Bloor West, an area buzzing with activity. Independent shops, inviting cafes, and family-run restaurants line the street, each adding its own unique flavor to the mix. Whether it's the smell of fresh bread wafting from an artisanal bakery, or the perfect find at a boutique gift shop, this stretch of Bloor feels like a small town tucked away. One standout along this strip is a pharmacy housed in the beautifully preserved Runnymede Theatre, which is either the best use of a pharmacy or the worst use of a heritage building in the city, depending on who you ask. It's these little touches, a blend of history and modern convenience, that gives this neighborhood so much character. And while Bloor hums with activity, it never feels overwhelming. There's a friendly, welcoming vibe here that's hard to come by in big cities. As we leave Bloor and head deeper into Runnymede, the neighborhood begins to change. The energy of the strip gives way to peaceful, tree-lined streets where the sound of traffic fades into the background. This is where Runnymede's residential charm takes center stage. Elegant, detached homes with wide porches sit next to cozy semis, all well kept and full of character. What really strikes me is how quiet and serene it feels here. This isn't just a neighborhood, it's a community. You'll spot kids playing in front yards, people walking their dogs, and neighbors stopping to chat. It's the kind of place where you feel like you could put down roots. But even in this peaceful setting, you're never far from what you need. Groceries, coffee shops, and amenities are all just a short walk away. And for those moments when you need an escape, High Park and the Humber River trails are practically in your backyard. Whether you're hiking, biking, or just soaking up the fresh air, these green spaces are some of the best in Toronto. With a walk score of 61 and a transit score of 78, it's a neighborhood that really gives you the best of both worlds. It's hard not to fall in love with it. Every neighborhood has its hidden gems, and in Runnymede Bloor West Village, one of the best kept secrets is St. John's Pantry. Tucked away on a quieter stretch, it's the kind of coffee shop you might walk past without a second glance. But trust me, you don't want to miss this one. I went with an Americano, but everything here is thoughtfully chosen. In a world of chain cafes, finding a place like this feels like a small victory. For families, the schools here are a serious selling point. This neighborhood is home to some excellent public and private options that cater to a variety of different needs. You've got Runnymede Junior and Senior, a local standout known for its solid academics and extracurriculars. It's one of the big reasons families are so drawn to this area. Then there's King George Junior, which keeps its classrooms small and personal, with only 270 kids in the entire school. Many of these schools are within walking distance, making morning drop-offs or letting the kids walk to the school both safe and convenient. It's the kind of setup that takes a little stress out of your daily routine. And here's the kicker. These schools deliver where it counts too. Check out their Fraser Institute scores to see how they stack up to other schools in Ontario. Runnymede Bloor West Village is one of Toronto's most charming neighborhoods, and the homes here play a huge role in that appeal. The vibe is cozy and classic. Picture brick facades, original hardwood floors, and those timeless architectural details that make you feel like the place has a story to tell. Most properties in the area are detached or semi-detached, built in the early to mid-20th century. Condos really aren't the main focus here. There's no high-rise buildings in the area, but there are a handful of mid-rise units on a net if you're looking for a lifestyle with a little less upkeep. Now let's talk real estate reality. The median price of a detached home in Runnymede Bloor West Village sits around $1.610. That's higher than Toronto's citywide median of $1.35. That price reflects the strong demand for homes in the West End. But here's the interesting part. Compared to surrounding neighborhoods in the W02 district, Runnymede Bloor West actually falls just below the area's average. So if you're set on living in the West End, this pocket offers a little bit more value for money. Now, I would take these numbers as being directionally right. Every home is different, and these numbers are just a snapshot of a market that's constantly moving. If you're seriously thinking about buying or selling in Toronto, let's talk. We help people navigate this market every day, and we'd love to see if we're the right fit to help you make your next move. So reach out through the links below. Let's start the conversation. Check. So is Runnymede Bloor West Village actually a good place to live? Absolutely. Between its family-friendly vibe, super convenient access to the rest of the city, top-notch schools, it's easy to see why this neighborhood is so popular. If we're going with superlatives, let's see, I would say this is Toronto's most family-friendly neighborhood. But hey, not every neighborhood is for everybody. Maybe you're looking for something more vibrant, more edgy, more budget-friendly. Well, don't worry, I got you covered. In this next video, we're going to a neighborhood that could not be more different than here. So, check it out.